Respectfully, go jump down a well and isekai yourself.
Go isekai yourself is going to
Oh
be
my
a new
god.
thing that I say. Because unless you know what it means, you have no idea what that means. I fairly recently learned that term, and have been, I've had to explain it to several people, who I interact with relatively frequently, about what that term actually means.
Doesn't it mean, like, when translated out, doesn't it mean put on a maid outfit and jump down a well?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm learning so much today.
Is Lord of the Rings considered an isekai? They didn't
No.
want to go to Mordor.
No,
not
They
a
wanted to
different
be in the
world.
Shire.
yeah, no, because it has to be a different world. So technically, I guess real life is not an isekai.
So if I take a fish out of water and put it in an aquarium, does that count as an isekai?
Nah, it's the same world.
Not well. Hold on. Now hold on. Tim,
Oh,
I like
no.
that idea.
because I think that when determining like what is or okay, so
Oh god, we've
I
got
don't know.
we've got the fucking world creator guy over here talking
Well,
about
no,
what
That's
is
why
a
I said
world.
what I
okay.
said.
no, okay, so realistically, if you could call that an isekai, that would mean transferring that, like, say it was a shrimp, yeah? It's just a
Mhm.
single shrimp. If you took that shrimp out of the ocean and then put it in a tank,
Is it driving the tank?
well, no, not that kind of
You
tank.
just gotta think, because like to the
Well-
fish, it's a whole different world, right? From his perspective.
Well, see, but that brings into question whether or not an isekai is relative.
Well, so basically, I'm
Let's
trying to
think
turn this
related.
into the new is a hot dog a sandwich, and this is working, and I'm very happy with
It's
myself.
not gonna work because I'm gonna kill it soon. But like,
God damn it.
I came into this waiting, like getting ready to it. I'm just prepping the conversation to kill it. Okay, what you are saying is that that shrimp would have to be able to cognitively understand that it was no longer a part of its world anymore.
Like Jasmine on the carpet.
A shrimp would have to be like, "We are no longer
And by
humans."
that logic, is Mars a different planet,
Yes.
or is it the same planet just across the sea of like space?
Yeah,
And by that logic, if that's a different planet, then that tank is a different planet to that shrimp. Isekai is like the literal translation of it is just different world.
Oh.
Yeah, it does, like there are zero other parameters to this, which brings into question when you move that shrimp from the ocean and put it in the tank, is that not a cycle of death and rebirth?
But it didn't die.
I will say. For
Okay,
argument's sake,
hold on. You said it did not die, correct?
You don't have to die to be isekai. Though.
No, well, no,
There's
no.
Isekai where you don't die.
Yeah, the back rooms, and that's basically dying.
Well, Gate.
No,
It was
I
an
guess
isekai.
no, you are right. No, you are right though. Dying doesn't have anything to do with the process.
Yeah, look at the Mario movie.
First of all, there's absolutely zero things that you could tell me in that movie that could convince me that they did in fact not die.
Yeah.
They did plow through a brick wall at pretty high speeds to get to that.
The likelihood that all of New York City specifically would revel in that at the end of that movie, asinine. Only happens in heaven. That has never happened in real life. By the logic of the shrimp not being isekai'd, by the way, technically neither is Mario, because they were physically still in the same planet.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is. Like, anybody could just go there. It was physically connected.
Yeah, but it wasn't like there was like that area with like all the clouds between. Like, it wasn't like.
There are clouds over the ocean.
No, hush.
Yeah.
There was there was like that
I know
bit
what.
where he's traveling through the pipes and it goes like through this cloud area, and I don't entirely know where he ended up, but it wasn't Earth.
If it is a palpable distance from one place to another,
Even if that distance
anyone
was wormhole-esque, because then that brings into the Earth and Mars question.
First of all, I'm the one that's recognizing it as not being isekai, just so we're clear.
I know, and I'm trying to tell you that it fucking is.
Austin,
Mhm.
if you were to wake up on Mars, would you consider that to be an isekai?
No, because I know what Mars is. But to a shrimp who doesn't know anything, as far as he knows, I think it would be considered an isekai.
Nice.
So the isekai
So
is in the eye of the beholder.
So yeah, so
think so.
isekai is a relative term then.
Yeah.
So I
like, think
guess
about it.
relatively speaking, Super Mario Brothers is an isekai. Okay, so hypothetical then, if I were to be on a plane
Mhm.
going to Japan and my plane crashed somewhere where I didn't know where I was, is that an isekai because I don't know where I am?
Well, you would still know you're on Earth, though.
Not if I
Well,
fell asleep on the flight.
I feel like you're the only one who can answer that question if it's in the eye of whoever is experiencing it. What do
Oh,
you
damn,
think?
You're right. I don't very often. How about you?
That's dangerous. I try not to. Of course I don't fucking think. We just had a conversation for 10 minutes about what is and isn't an isekai.
You're
Using
welcome.
the Super Mario Brothers movie as the primary.
Yeah, because I don't watch animes where people get hit by trucks.